Good afternoon. Good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. I extend a warm and cheerful welcome to everyone gathered here for the Faculty Development Program on Research Funding and Proposal Writing. Today's program is not merely an academic event, it is a platform for learning, sharing, innovation, and professional growth. This session aims to equip participants with knowledge, the practical strategies required to identify suitable funding agencies, understand funding mechanisms, formulate impactful research questions, and prepare persuasive proposals that meet the expectations of reviewers and sponsors. To welcome someone is to make them feel they belong. To formally welcome the gathering, I now invite Dr. V.N. Mutharayan Sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, research scholars, a warm good afternoon to all. Today is a day for us to cherish because we have an eminent scientist with us, Dr. T. Ram Prabhu sir, Joint Director from Defense Research and Development Organization, Bengaluru. So really it matters for us. Let's begin the event with a brief welcome note. At the outset, on behalf of the institution's R&D cell and Innovation Council, we wholeheartedly welcome our respected President of College Council, Thiru J. Balamurugan sir. Welcome, sir. We wholeheartedly welcome our respected Secretary and Correspondent sir, Thiru M. Dharanidharan sir. Welcome, sir. At this juncture, we feel extremely happy to have our respected member College Council, Dr. Sabhavati sir. Welcome, sir. We extend a warm welcome to our respected head of the institution and principal, Dr. D. Venugopal sir. Welcome, sir. Now it's time to welcome our distinguished resource person, Dr. T. Ram Prabhu sir, scientist, additive manufacturing and joint director, DRDO, Bengaluru. Sir, we are extremely honored to have you with us today. So we look forward to your valuable insights, sir. So hearty welcome, sir. We are delighted to welcome our vice principals, Dr. Sudhakar and Dr. Saktivel, for gracing the occasion. We extend a warm welcome to HODs, faculty members from various disciplines, research scholars. In fact, you all form the real stakeholders of this program. We encourage you to actively participate, exchange your ideas, and make use of this platform. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm words of welcome. Leadership is not merely a position. It is vision, inspiration, and guidance. I now request our respected principal, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Yes. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Ram Prabhu sir, most respected President of College Council, respected Secretary sir, respected HR Committee member, and Dr. Sabhavati sir, my dear faculty members, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this faculty development program on research funding and proposal writing. Today, our college takes another step forward toward strengthening its research culture and academic excellence. We are truly honored to have Dr. Ram Prabhu with us. His presence is a source of inspiration, and we eagerly await his guidance in advancing our research capabilities. His expertise will surely help us in building strong proposal and securing funding that can transform ideas into impactful projects. Our college has a special commitment to the agricultural sector, which remains the backbone of our nation. With the support of eminent scientists like Dr. Ram Prabhu, we aspire to contribute innovative solutions that empower farmers, promote sustainability, and drive rural development. I encourage all faculty members to actively engage in this program, observe the insights ahead, and translate them into meaningful research outcomes. Together, let us commit ourselves to excellence innovations and service to the society. On behalf of our college, I extend heartfelt gratitude to Ram Prabhu sir for joining us today and guiding us in this important journey. Let us begin this program with enthusiasm and dedication. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational, inspirational speech. And some leaders manage institutions, extraordinary leaders transform them into centers of excellence. With immense respect, I invite our esteemed president to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's indeed my privilege to welcome Dr. T. Ram Prabhu, because it was a very pleasant surprise to note that he studied in the same college as I did, many years my junior though. And we also found that we have a lot of common areas of interest that we work upon. As you all know, we are placing special emphasis on carrying out more research activities, more research projects, and a more application-oriented culture in the college. And as a part of this initiative, we are keen to learn from people who have been involved in a lot of research activity, especially those funded by the government and Government of India in particular. It is important that we attract we are able to write good proposals and attract funding, because this in turn leads to a much higher level of academic activity for you, because without research, any education institution of higher learning does not have a sustainable roadmap ahead. So research activity is a must, and more so if you have any postgraduate programs, doing so without research, meaningful research and a high quality research is not going to be good for the future of the institution. So it is important that all of us learn how to prepare and put forth our ideas in the form of good proposals to attract support from the government and other funding agencies, and also to learn how to go ahead doing the projects and ensuring that you build up a good track record over a period of time. You may be aware that 3-4 years ago we applied for a big funding grant. Multiple departments were involved. But one of the challenges we had, thought we could not demonstrate a great track record. So it's important that we build up the track record continuously, start with small projects, keep doing, and when we build up our credibility and credentials, it is very, very difficult for a funding agency to refuse grants to us. And of course, ultimately, the aim of our college is to benefit society. It's not for any individual profit motive. So it's important that we attract good research funding proposals and ensure that we do something to improve the well-being of the people of this region. So with these few words, I have great pleasure in once again welcoming Dr. Ram Prabhu. And I do hope this session is useful. Please do ask all the questions, all the doubts that you have. And from what I can see, his enthusiasm is very infectious, and I'm sure he'll be able to inspire all of you to do very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging words. To honor excellence and acknowledge the invaluable contributions, may I request the dignitaries to present the memento and shawl to the chief guest. Thank you, sirs.
லிங்க் இருக்குன்னா போதும். நான் அனுப்புறேன். நிறைய பேர் லிங்க் இருந்தா just send it to me. I will send it to doctor.
A truly accomplished person is not measured by the heights they reach, but by the horizons they expand for others. Our chief guest is one such remarkable personality. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce our eminent chief guest, Dr. T. Ramprabhu sir, Joint Director and Scientist E at the Defence Research and Development Organization, Bangalore. Dr. Ramprabhu sir is an accomplished scientist and researcher with more than 16 years of distinguished experience in the fields of advanced aerospace materials, additive manufacturing, tripology, metal forming, and machine learning applications in manufacturing. He completed his PhD in engineering design from IIT Madras, ME in materials engineering from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and BTech in metallurgy from NIT Trichy. A remarkable academic journey through some of India's premier institutions.
Ma'am.
His Thank you so
I'll
much.
start.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Respected President, sir, Mr. Balamurugan, and Secretary, sir, Dharanidharan, and my good friend, Dr. Sabhabadi, sir. I think he's the one who brought me here today. And his friend, Dr. Elil, has introduced me. Then through Sabhabadi, sir, I'm coming here today. And he has introduced one more your core member. I think he's not available here, Dr. Somasundaram. So I thank all of you for inviting me here. And a special thanks goes to your principal, Dr. Venu, who has been behind me to ensure that today I am present. I had a conversation with Sir Sabhabadi sir a couple of months ago. He said, I want to set up the research facility and a research interest in my faculties. Though they have a good caliber, but they have less exposure. So with the intent of giving you the exposure, I came here. Let me know what are the challenges you face, because President sir has rightly said in his address, my people know everything, but they don't have a direction, and they want some, they have some queries which needs to be solved now. So shall we have a conversation rather than I speak one way here? In my presentation, what I have, I'll give you in a very snapshot. What are the research funding schemes that are there in the country? What are the national R&D priorities? And how to create the ecosystem, research ecosystem in the institution. These are the three elements I cover in this presentation. Okay, but I'll leave it to you to ask me the questions. First, I will address your questions, then I will take my presentation. And suppose if your question aligns with my presentation, I'll take that particular slide and explain. Is that fine? So that you don't sleep, because it's afternoon 2:30. I know the pain of sitting and listening some monologue. So I hope I'm speaking to teachers, so hope I get a lot of questions from teachers. So I know primarily you do teaching. Research is little new to you and some may be doing it. But your management idea is to spread that awareness to everyone and bring good research culture inside. Because tomorrow survival tomorrow popularity of your institution rests on research. Because all these funding agents, all these accreditation agencies, regulatory bodies in the education, they demand a research component in any institutions. That's the very reason your management, looking at and trying to promote the research, which is useful to the society and useful to you and useful to the institutions and the next generations. So, any questions? So, otherwise, I will ask questions. Yeah, that's better idea, sir. Even I'm just thinking in that way only. So, last benches are always good. How about that last bench? 3 madams are sitting. Do you have any questions, ma'am? There is a mic here, I think, which can be passed to. SR is having the mic. Sir, you can pass it to people. Yeah, please. Let's start with the R&D head.
We feel difficult to access the remote sensing data, sir.
Remote sensing data. Okay, so you're looking for the data.
Yes, sir. Remote sensing.
From ISRO, you mean to say?
Whether from ISRO or any other open source software, because we completed one project from Tamil Nadu Forest Department.
Okay.
We had to rely on Agriculture University for remote sensing data. They used Sentinel and they tried with Planet, so they were not accurate. Only around 50% accuracy we were able to get, sir. So
No, you are talking about you are not able to get the data, or the data what you get is not
the data
clean data.
The data that was generated was not accurate, sir.
Okay. Okay, what is your question then? I mean, like
So we were trying to find out some
sources you are looking for the
yes, sir.
sources.
For example, ground truthing. For
Drone.
ground truthing, yes, sir.
Okay.
For example, we are now marking some teak plots, 4 or 5 teak plots throughout Tamil Nadu, and we are comparing with the remote sensing data. So
Okay, let me put my head down
yes,
to tell that I'm not expert in all the field.
okay, sir.
Technically, if you ask me in your field, I may not be able to
Okay,
answer. In my field only, I'm able to
Okay,
answer.
okay, sir.
Your question is, I have a data, but I don't know whether it is a clean data
Yes,
or
sir, yes,
ground
yes.
truth. Really, I don't have answer. I'm sorry for
Thanks,
that.
thanks.
You can ask me the questions about the research ecosystem in the country, where I can apply what.
okay.
So those kind of questions will be useful to you, rather than the subject-specific questions. For that, we need to talk to the experts.
Yes,
My expertise in, sorry ma'am, I didn't allow you to talk, otherwise you would have talked. 3D printing is one area where I have good expertise. Machine learning is another area where I'm presently doing it. Anything of aerospace related materials manufacturing process. Those areas, if you have any questions, I can answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, our problem is even start with how to write our research proposals.
Proposals.
And, what and all the statistical tools we have to apply. Nowadays, while that people they are expecting the kind of model statistical tools, I think.
Okay. Ma'am, writing the proposal is not the solving the solution. See, you are going to propose a solution, propose the idea there in the proposal, then you will be executing after the funding comes.
Okay.
So now, I will just go to slide and I will tell you how to write a proposal.
Okay, sir.
Then I will tell you what are the tools you can use it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And you are from which department, madam?
Commerce department. Sir.
Commerce department. Okay. But primarily I have for science and engineering. I'll try to link
Okay,
to
sir.
my best of my knowledge. Sir, that bubbles are there, no? After proposal writing top, the bubbles are there, right? So you click there. No, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth one. Third bubble. Okay, go above, sir. Go above. மேல போயிருங்க. First click பண்ணுங்க. just click பண்ணீங்கன்னா வந்துரும். Adobe தானே யூஸ் பண்றீங்க? Just click that slide, it will go actually. Not right click, just to click on the bubble will go. Will do. It's not going. It's out of one. Full screen கொடுத்துருக்கேன். ஷோ இருக்கு பார்த்தீங்களா? அது போயிடுங்க. இப்போ வந்து இது ஒர்க் ஆகுதுன்னு பாருங்க. It's not working. Okay, press arrow. You can go to the side. Press arrow. Just keep running the arrow. Arrow இருக்கு பாருங்க. கீழே இருக்கா? Next slide. Just keep going. And the proposal writing வரும்போது stop பண்ணுங்க. Ma'am, coming to your question, I'll just start answering before showing the slides. See, the biggest problem why your proposal is getting rejected is you write a good proposal, but what funding body wants, you don't write it. And nowadays, the funding body, they give a project theme. Okay, on that, they expect you to write. Earlier days, the things were different. You can write the area what you desire, you can write. But nowadays, under the Maha call or any call, they'll give a thematic area, trustee area. In that, you are expected to write. There are some calls where you can write anything. There also they expect to focus on national R&D priorities. Okay, so let's look at it. Yeah. So these questions definitely you'll be having in your mind. Just read it for a second. I'll go one by one what is expected from the funding body. Because most of you face the rejections, though you write a good proposal. So you should know what is the reason behind it. And some will have idea question like, is there any shortcut? And I have tons of papers, but still I don't get funding. And is there any bias to the Institute of Eminence? And I submitted long ago, but I don't get any reply from them. And what are the prerequisites to get the funding? Next slide. And what should I include or avoid in the writing the proposals? And how to write an insightful one? What skills should I have? And what are the promising research area? How to plan the budget and timelines? And what are the main reasons for the rejection? So these questions typically, any researchers will have in their mind. So I'll answer one by one the questions. And the same, your question also aligns with that. So what a successful proposal should have, we expect goals should be very specific. Most of the time, most of the proposals, the maximum year what you can take is 3 years. Okay, and in that 1 year, definitely it will go for getting the funding, setting up the system, setting up the facility to start the research. 1 year you will, hiring the research associates and so on. So you effectively have 2 years to execute the project. Okay. So if you write 5 or 6 objectives, we are very sure that you will not be able to fulfill the requirements. So have 1 or 2 very clear agenda in your proposals, not more than 2. 1 is always good, 2 is acceptable, not beyond 2. But unfortunately, what most of the proposals we receive have multiple objectives. And we know that it will not be possible for you to do that. This is one reason, one important point you should take in. Second is, all the science, physics, chemistry, everyone knows their fundamental research has attained a certain level of maturity. So pitching the fundamental research is good, but provided the concept is solid. Otherwise, always go for the applied research. And these days, fundings are given for the TRL, technology readiness level. The project which has a technology level is more than 4. Okay. They don't want to restrict your work to only in the lab, like less than 3. Okay. So important point you should keep in mind. Do you have a roadmap for converting your research idea into translational research? That you keep in mind. And I think, and most important point is, you should be able to link your research into the India's thrust area. It may be defense, it may be space, or sir talked about agriculture, anything, but it should clearly link to India's, mission, national mission, or the kind of a specialized emerging area like defense, space, or societally importance areas like sustainability. And in your proposal, please write what is the present TRL level, technology readiness level. If you don't know about it, please just Google it, you'll get an idea about it. It's a scale of 1 to 10. It'll give you an idea about where your work stands. So you should know where you are, and when you end, what TRL level you take it up your work. And you should also clearly state the TRL level, and it is desirable to have 2 letters as a recommendation letter. One is industry support letter. Second is academic support letter, the expert support letter. The expert support letter will give a idea to the reviewer that your work has been reviewed by an eminent personality in the field. That gives a confidence for the reviewer. Industry support letter will give you one more advantage, that your work is scalable. It's scalable or not, we will see after the end of your work, but at least industry as giving you the support letter itself is a boost for your acceptance of the proposal. And never ever ask money for setting up the big facility through the funding, which is meant for doing the research. Try to have at least 80% of the facility in-house before writing the proposals. If you don't have it, you should try to acquire through your institute funding. Okay. So one possible suggestion would be, you can ask your management to give you some money, X amount of money. Keep it in some financial measures, let it accrue into some amount of money. That profit you invest in creating the facility, whatever they are given, you give them back after 5 years, so that they are not at loss. Your profit is converted into the infrastructure in your college. That you can try. And suppose you don't have a facility, but it is very costly, but X or Y is the institution has the facility. Try to get the quotation from them for the access of the facility. That quotation amount can be added into your proposal. Okay, instead of acquiring the proposal. And try to always write interdisciplinary proposals. So sir is talking about data, madam is talking about commerce, and we have AIDS. I saw in your board, you have AIDS department, you have computer science, you have IoT. How are you going to bring the proposal which has a connection from the different departments, so that the interdisciplinary approach is more encouraged in these days? Right? And every proposal should have a clear milestone. So if the proposal is for 3 years, the milestone should talk about every 3 months what are you going to complete in that your agenda. Okay, and that is called timeline chart and the milestones. And keep your budget realistic. It's a very important point what I wanted to throw to you. If you're not started or not acquired any grant so far, start with the 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. Don't go for the crores value unless you have a good infrastructure and credentials. And you are free to use ChatGPT, Gemini, all LLM models. But don't copy paste it. Don't, give your brain to ChatGPT to do for your work. Okay. Your job is to use the ChatGPT to amplify your brain. your thoughts. So we also easily will find out whether it is your own content or not taken from somewhere. So you are free to use it, but use it with a responsibility. And over-promising objectives are you should avoid. And some proposals we see co-PAs who are irrelevant just to woo someone in the college like principal or dean or some XYZ reason we'll put someone who are irrelevant. How we see who are irrelevant in the proposal, their publications. If your publications should be from Science Citation Index kind of a indexed journals, not a Scopus, not a other means. Only the quality publications are there. Even one or two if you have, it's more than sufficient. You don't need to have 2-digit numbers. You need to have 1 or 2 publications. That's very important in the area what you are writing the proposals. The idea, the thought is like this from the funding body perspective. Yes, idea is good, but the person who is going to execute the idea does not have experience. It means it. Okay, 2 ways. One is idea is bad, anyway it get rejected. Idea is good, but the person is not eligible to execute the work, then the proposal also will get rejected. So before writing the proposals on the area, you should have at least 1 or 2 standard publications from the standard journals. So that you keep in mind. Next slide. Yeah. So one para in your proposal, please link it how your work is relevant to India's societal and technology needs. Either maybe the societal needs it may solve or the technology needs. And 2 para you should have to tell a clear technical review on your work. Okay, technical review means like let's say you wanted to propose a new commerce model through AI. What are the existing model and the model what you propose, what edge it has from the existing research work. So that strong connect should be there, the novelty should be there. And I wish you, all of you, to go through every year budget to see what are the new missions have been announced by the government of India, because those new missions are only converted into the funding proposals. So please write it in your proposal. Yes, this is a national mission, this is a societal need, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Net Energy Zero, or Smart City Mission, Defense Health, all please explicitly state in your proposal. And your proposal end result, either it may be pattern or some technology or some inputs for bureaucrats to develop a policy. Like you have arts departments here, you have commerce department here. They do a lot of calculation, they come up with a lot of data. This may be useful for your IAS officers to develop policies. So that could be your output of your proposal, or some community benefits, society benefits. Have a clarity on your budget. And anyone is from biology or botany, zoology here, so they may need to comply on the regulatory. You may have Indian Council of Medical Research compliance or some bodies will be there. So make sure that that compliance is clearly laid down. And I think team expertise I already told you. Next slide. Yeah, so these are the national funding bodies. The problem with most of the people who write a proposal, they submit to X proposal, X body. It gets rejected, they'll take it and put it into the Y body. It's like one journal you put to get rejected, I'll put it to the next one. But the funding body objectives, agendas are different. Each one works in their own way. Okay, you cannot put it into ANRF and got rejected, directly put it into DRDO. DRDO is meant for defense. Or should they support some proposal which is not relevant to the defense? So keep in mind, every funding body works in a different way. And most important is your credibility. Or credentials. Do you have technical merit? What is your track record? Are your publications and citations and so on? And whether your work is just confined to the lab or it is getting converted into the market or in a field. And measurable outcomes. It should lead to either prototype or standards or patents. That also please mention in your proposal. Like, let's say the funding is for 3 years. What after that work will stop because you don't have funding, but do you have any sustainability plan? Whether will your institute support or the industry who supports you to continue the research to completion? Is there any sustainability plan? Please write 1 para in your proposals, apart from your technical information in the proposal. Next slide. Yeah, reason why it gets rejected, weak execution plan. Idea is good, but the execution steps are weak. or poor team capacity, poor writing, or over-promising goals, scopes, flawed methodology, vague deliverables. Most importantly, if you don't align with the funding body priorities, or if it fails to show industry needs or society or national mission, it gets rejected. So these are the points you should take care when you're writing the proposal. Okay. So I hope that answers your question.
We learned two things from you, sir. We are very poor in track record, sir. One thing, track record, the journal publications, index journal publications, we are very poor. I think I am very poor.
Yeah,
in
so
maybe.
that should be the first point.
Yes, yes, sir.
To answer this question also, I have a few more slides. Can we just go back, sir? The institute building first slide you will take.
How much we need to spend for doing all this?
Yeah, so that's what I am going to answer now. The next question, naturally, that is a question.
Okay.
How do I build the research ecosystem in the institution? See, first and foremost, to write a proposal, minimum eligibility is you should have a PhD. How many of you have a PhD? Yeah, good numbers are there, very good. Second is, very importantly, please go to the funding body. I'll show you what are the funding bodies are there and schemes are there. What is the previously sanctioned project? You must see that. That will give you idea of what are the proposals they have given the money, how much money they have given, who got it. 3 ways it will help you. One way is to give a confidence that even a private institutions get funding. Second is the kind of money what you ask are already funded. Third is most important, the funded projects you know so that you don't duplicate it. Otherwise, you also write the same thing which is already funded, it's a waste of time for you. Okay? Networking is very, very important. How many of you attend seminar, conference here? Oh, very less. Oh, now it's good numbers. Ma'am, you tell me, a question is to you is, I organized a conference in Goa. It's a good place. Pondicherry is another good place. Gobi Chettipalayam, Delhi. Okay. A seminar or conference I attend. And you have an opportunity to choose only one. Which you choose typically? Gobi Chettipalayam. Comfort. Okay. What is the purpose of attending seminar and conference? I'm sorry, I'm unable to focus that side because they are very near to me, but you are free to answer that side. Networking. Sir is right. Contacts. How do you make network and contacts? When you go to Gobi Chettipalayam seminar and conference. So the point is you should attend somewhere away. Why? But they are unknown people, no, sir. Relevant to your field, but unknown people. Say, I am from Goa. I am a Goa person. And you come to the conference there and we interact. How do you make sure that I network with you? Or we collaborate? Or let's say I am from Gobi Chettipalayam, you meet me in Gobi Chettipalayam and we talk. Whether this Goa person will be very open to collaborate with you or Gobi Chettipalayam person. Gobi Chettipalayam. Tomorrow you both will apply to the same college. Okay, so he will have more fear than the Goa person, isn't it? He will see you as a competitor, right? You try to climb on the ladder, he will pull your leg, and he will climb, you will pull his leg. So at the end of the day, we will be in the ground. But Goa person will see you not a threat. You grow in your place, I grow in my place. Let's put hands together. So that the bottom line is, please come out from Gobi Chettipalayam, always move out of Gobi Chettipalayam. Okay. So then only the true collaboration will come. Okay. Next question in the same seminar and conference. What do you do? Let's say a 2-day seminar or 1-day seminar, 4 lectures morning to afternoon to. Morning, one person from IIT morning and one from IAC and 2 person, one from DRDO like me or one from ISRO. 4 talks are there. There are 100 participants, you go inside. What do you do? Each lecture is about 1.5 hours or something. How do you network? If you answer, we can have a finish. We can finish our class early. Otherwise, I'll take you up to 6 o'clock. And today being a Saturday, and you have Paurnami also today, Vaigasi Visagam, so you have to go to temple. So you decide. So if you answer fast, you can leave early. So you'll listen completely to the speakers. No, it's like, okay. No, how? That's a point. That's a question I'm asking you. How do you make sure that 100 participants are there? At least 80% of the participants in your network. No, there are 4 presentations, all the 80 faculties are giving. So you are a spectator like today, how you are sitting. And the speaker will talk something which is beyond your brain. Because you know about IIT people presentation, right? How is it? It is easy to understand? If it is easy to understand, you don't respect me. Correct, sir. That is the seminar you are going. Let's say you are from which department? Physics. So let's say I'm talking about quantum material or quantum communication or something extra. Correct, sir. Your specialization areas seminar is running. Your specialization area seminar is running. 100 people are there close to your specialization area. How are you going to network is my question. And madam is saying, the person who speaks from the podium, if it is easy to understand, you will say, what is there in that? I have to talk something which you should not understand. Then only I will be great in your eyes. Am I right? Oh, IIT. How I created. I have to make you blind. Then only I can create you that. So definitely all the 4 lectures you will not understand. That's what I understand in most of the seminars. How many you agree with me? I don't know. So now 3 plus 3, 6 hours I will be sitting idle. I understand partially based on my brain neurons and capacity. Typically, we may not understand whatever they talk because they talk above the head so that they will be viewed as something hero in your eyes. That's what naturally happens in most of the seminars. Now, how are you going to network? Sir, I want all of you to come out from your science and engineering brain, talk like a common man. Right. This is a very good point. So, you should not sit inside the seminar hall. That is the first and foremost. Make sure that you are running around near to the tea area. Make sure that whoever comes, you start open up. The biggest problem with the human being is let him talk, after that I will talk. Why should I talk? That you have to tear that character and throw into dustbin. Let me open up. In that again, based on the frequency and the way they communicate, we may like someone, we may not like. So that is the first and foremost thing you have to do it. You should open up, you should talk, and the area what you are working, and see that whether we can network with them for the collaboration. Okay, that's very important thing you have to keep in mind. LinkedIn is the virtual mode. I think all of you know about it. Industry network, how do you make it? Because there's academic network anyway, you will make it. Go to PhD or go to some colleges and talk. Get their faculties here for the talk. But industry, how do you network? Bangalore in Exhibition Center, I want all of you to go. This principal sir, I will be, where is principal sir? It's not there. So where are the vice principals? Oh, they are also not there. Fine. R&D, Dean R&D will take it up. Make sure that all these faculties are given OD. Happy no, ma'am? Go to Coimbatore, there is one place is there, no? What is that? Odisha. Or Chennai Trade Center, Bangalore Exhibition Center, Mumbai Trade Center, Hyderabad High Tech Center. Every day one or other event happens, maybe relevant to the different domains. Okay. Either give them free OD because the registration is free there. Okay. Get them OD and sponsor them for their travel. As a dean, you also join with them, sir. See all the facilities. Go and take their card and come. All the facilities. After that, what will you do? I taken some, let's say, 50 cards from a particular event. What is my next job? How? Consolidation is done in Excel sheet. How do you contact? I don't respond. Who should I respond? Definitely I'll block. Because see, these are unknown person now. So how do I know? How do I respect you? That's it, madam. Even the local call I block, and you would have written mail to so many IIT professors for PhD, postdoc and all. Did you ever get reply? So same thing will go with the industry. See, it's like this. We all are human being, business. What I get from you, this is what we generally see. This is a harsh reality. So if I get an end, what I will go do with those academic institutions. So now how are you going to break that? Sir? Who should I is the question I will ask. What I will get out of it? You will get papers, you will get publications, you will get promotions. What I will get as an industry person? Let's talk very, frankly and try to find out the answer for it. Yeah, how much you will invest? I'm happy. Fine. So, the simple idea would be boost the human ego. Okay. Suppose I meet madam first time. I say, madam, your talk was so good and really you presented well. Your knowledge is extremely good. I praise about your intelligence, let's say. How do you feel? You'll make happy. Similar way, this industry fellows called for some function. Different people at a different point of time. Our institute inaugural, our graduation day, BOAS, all those things, please inflate their ego, make a network. First thing you have to do. Second is you have to conduct one academic industry conclave, either department wise or the institute wise. Okay. Where, let's say, 10 people from 10 companies will coming and sitting. You have a impromptu or the promptu questions, give it to them. One faculty can moderate, students and faculty can sit, have a 1 day or half day session. So this will give a visibility for them. They'll be happy. Next, what you have to do? Ma'am? No, ma'am, they will not invest. You have to ask him, sir, my student is very good, can you give me internship? I am very good, can I visit 1 day? Ask small things. Then slowly make it bigger for the placements. Then for the faculty, any proposals, they should give you support letter. Or act as a co-investigator, honorary investigator. That's all we can get maximum. Investment will happen in a long run when you build a trust. Till then you wait. Slowly we'll inject and get what we want. Okay. And make sure that that network is stable. Okay. BOEs is a one way where you can make them stable. Okay. That you do for the industry network. And always write the interdisciplinary collaboration. Next slide. Yeah. How many of you have gone to IIT, NIT, IISCR and other places? Yeah. Madam has gone. Madam has gone. Ma'am, faculty, how many courses he teaches? Sit down and comfortably you tell me the honest answer. Or ma'am, you can also answer. How many courses a faculty in IIT teaches?
So that I don't know, sir. I visited IAC for my
IAC.
PhD work.
No problem. IAC also you can take it. One course you will teach. How many labs you will do? You will have labs, no? Laboratories. How many labs he conducts or takes in a semester or a year? Where? Then you must have been doing that. That means what? You only do that, right? Then you say that. My sir never receives, only a research scholar does that. So, in a week, he takes maximum one course, probably 2 classes or 1 class, right? That much. No labs, no NAC, NBA, any documentation work, right? National facilities given to them. All the facilities will be available. And they will be there in the funding body, they will take something, whatever, rest only will go to the other people. With this luxury, plus students who clears from JEE advanced and come, talented student comes. What is the kind of students you get? Okay, that's one. And the kind of exposure what they have, present students, you know. 5 minutes they will not stay in the class. Attention span problem. With this, all this complexity, will you be able to deliver the quality research in the institution? See, IIT professors, so many advantages. A private college, so many disadvantages. With that, will you be able to deliver the outcome? Difficult, right? Principal is not there, no board members are there. You can free to talk. And sir has promised me he will not tell who has said what. Only he will convey the important matters. Right now, sir? Yes. So now we can. So these problems I have. Okay. Now the question is, do we have a research ambience in my college? Partially you may be having it. Second is, do I have a facility to do the experiments or research? Minimally you will be having it. But you need this infrastructure, right? First infrastructure, second good students. Third is good amount of time. These three are the biggest challenge for your progress. Have you ever addressed that in your college? But we are also in the race. I also will write a proposal. I also submit. I will also tell management. Sir, 15 we submitted, sir. End result? You know about it. Okay. So, it is like this. I do everything. Do for people, not the outcome based. Right? So, how we will convert into the outcome based? Because it's easy to blame anyone. But how to create it? So what dean can do or tell management, sir, I have about 100 plus faculties. A horse cannot run fast, can run fast, cannot run like a donkey. A donkey cannot run like a horse. Right? So each animal has its uniqueness. Similarly, human being, their triads also unique. A good teacher is very good at explaining things, may not be a good researcher. A good researcher is very good in his brain, but may not be able to put in a coherent way. Okay. And there are some good leaders will be there. They are neither good in teaching nor good in research. This is a harsh reality. Right? So, successful model in the private colleges, if you see SRM, BIT, everywhere, they don't ask everything to be done by everyone. Okay. They segregate the faculty based on the triads, skill sets. So about like, let's say this 100 plus, 60% faculty should be dedicated only for the teaching. Their promotions, their increment, their career progress should be depending on the teaching outcome. 30% faculty should be only for research. Their teaching load is less, more exposure, more flexibility, no timing for them. No 9 to 5 business. Give them the flexibility, but set the agenda. Like one paper, one patent per semester or per month, or one journal, one proposals, clear-cut proposals which gets the funding, kind of a clear career things can be set. Last 10% your HODs, deans and all, they will do the management of the institutions. Okay, and decentralize the power. HOD should not be forever HOD. If you go to IIT, you studied in IIT. What is the tenure for the HOD, madam? 3 years. Do you have that facility here? Then you are not creating the leader in a college. So 3 years, the turn has to be there, so that the system will have a equal power. Otherwise, one power source will be there, many will go and stick to the power source, some will be enemy to the source, full fighting only will be there, we will not have a good system. Moment you say that you are temporary, in that position, the person will be clear, okay, I should not offend any other person. I should maintain. I should be a true leader rather than the dictator. Okay, that you see that. And biggest lagging in most of the colleges, exposure. As madam rightly said, I have never written the proposal. I don't know anything about it. But someone has to tell the faculty, because all of you have done UG, then because you got married or you want to be in your hometown, you did the PG. After coming here, if you want to be an assistant professor, you should have a PhD, they would have told, then no, you have done the PhD. Touch your heart and tell me, because I have so much inclination to the research, I did the PhD. Anyone? Probably very few, less than 1%. Rest all are for the government, requirements, we did a PhD. So how do I expect the great, research argument from everyone? They are not properly trained in the research. Now it is a responsibility of the institution to give the exposure to them. One avenue will be creating the research council. Okay. Second will be creating the center of excellence. It's an interdisciplinary where there is no power center, no head of the center of excellence. It is run by multiple departments. For example, you have AI, IoT and commerce department. Let's say, how I can use the AI to solve the calculation of the commerce. This is one center of excellence. You have biology department, botany, zoology. You come across many plants or animals, their intricacies. This can be easily solved with the artificial intelligence. Physics, your spectroscopy, electron microscopy, all the images can be easily analyzed with the AI. So likewise, you should have a center of excellence where multiple department can come together and solve the problem statements. That should be created. And most importantly, what I told you, please take 1 crore from your management. Tell him after 5 years, I'll give you 1 crore rupees. And this region is a very good place where investment happens. You invest very wisely, right? These regions people invest wisely, right? Imukoli? So put it in the measure where there is no risk. And whatever you acquire the money out of the profit in that 5 years, reinvest in that profit into setting up the research facility in each department. Once you have a sufficient facility, then you start for writing the research proposals. Next slide. I just quickly give you what you should do in your institution. You should have a apex research body to mentor your college. What I will do this year as a research or outcome expected. That is very, very important. We should work in a corporate lifestyle. I pay you this much work it has to be done. How you do it's up to you, but I'll give you freedom, whatever the necessary facilities. For that, you need a people either from the retired community or from the scientist background to have as experts to tell what is the research agenda for next year or the very next year. 2 years you set the agenda and drive the agenda and meet the agenda. Okay. And this apex body job, the person who you are having in the board, to train your faculty in what are the funding is going to come for next 3 years, 3 months or 6 months. They should expose. What are the trusty area they should do research, and that kind of a workshop they should conduct. Only promote quality research practice. How many of you pay money and get publications here? If you ask, most of you know. There are a lot of paper mills in the country. You pay 5,000 a second order. Pay 7,000, you'll become a patent holder. Don't indulge in that kind of practices. Only genuinely work. Whatever the publication comes, even one is sufficient. Okay. And any faculty who does excellence in research should be awarded financially. Not certificate of appreciation paper that anyone can give. Give them a reward of 20,000, 25,000 in a foundation day or some days. And most importantly, reduce their teaching load and admin load. And every research faculty who are into research should be mentored by this apex body. This you should do it. Okay. Next slide. Right. So center of excellence you should have it. I don't know whether do you have center of excellence in your college. Start setting up. That will be your innovation or research center, where different department faculty can come together, pitch the idea. A simple way to put, if your management gives, let's say, 10 lakhs rupees to set up the research facility or center of excellence, that should be the centralized center of excellence which can be accessed by any department faculty. Otherwise, what will happen? Physics department facility will be there. No one knows what is there in the physics by any other department. This is what happening in most of the institutions. You may use XRD. Chemistry also needed XRD. He doesn't know that in your college it is not there. He will go to nearby college and try to get the access. That is the scenario I see in most of the colleges. One is democratizing the facilities available, exposing all the faculty what is available here. Second is, you also should have a council for this. You should also have the time-defined mission. Otherwise, what will happen? I create beautiful building. I'll put 2-3 machines. Only Ayuda Puja will open. That's all I will do. This is what happening in most of the institutions. So we should have a clear defined agenda, and it should be the revenue generating place. So question to you to break your sleep. You done PhD in IIT, no madam? Okay. The question to you is, do you have Pani Puri center nearby anywhere in this region? Gobi Chettipalam, definitely it will be there, I guess so, right? Have you ever had it, Pani Puri? So you are sharp. You avoid my questions easily by saying that. How about you, ma'am? You had in Gobi Chettipalam? Yeah, you had, no? I'm not going to ask about the recipe or the cost of it. Don't worry about it. The question to you is, what is his earning per day? Just 5,000 to 10,000, depending on the location. Per day into 30 days, close to 1 lakh rupees he will be making per month. What is the salary of you or me? Is definitely lesser than that. I agree with me. How many years you toiled to get a PhD? 5 years to 7 years minimum. Then UG, PG, everything you add up, around 20 years I studied. Right? Rigorously to get this degree, to tell my relatives, my neighbors that doctor so and so. But if my education is not giving me the power, what is the point of education? Means if I'm not unable to use my education to create the wealth, I'm not saying you to be greedy. What I'm just saying is, a Pani Puri guy who has not stepped into this college, using his brain to make this much amount of money, why not having done PhD in an extremely complex area, I'm unable to create that money. See, we all study for what reason? To be honestly, don't say to uplift people and society value X, Y, Z. Yeah, we all do that. Yes, I agree. But still, the fundamental is to socially uplift from the present state. Socially and financially uplift. So that people will respect me, I have education, have money, so people will respect. These two are the main reasons. It's a honest answer. My education is doing that. Yes, I do help students and make their brain more, active and creating the more thinking into them. But am I really using my education? If you ask me, you just go back and ask yourself. I am also asking. It's not that only to you. I am also asking this question in my mind. So the point, what I'm trying to say is, you have to have a skill to translate your education into, a revenue generation medium. So one of the avenues is Center of Excellence. So what are the ways you can do within your boundary? Please make Center of Excellence. Make sure that all the arts colleges and science colleges in Tamil Nadu will come to your college for the internship, paid internship. You don't pay, they will pay you to take internship. Second is that if this area is agricultural belt, so you create in the agricultural area and make sure that you give the training to the people around here. So that the training also, paid training. And conduct the certification courses in your Center of Excellence, because it's a Center of Excellence. So nowadays what you do, you pay some 3,000 rupees and get the certification from some bodies. Why not you yourself can have running that course in your college and do the testing services for the local people who are into the agriculture. So these all will create the revenues. Next is, you should all start entrepreneurship. Okay, have a new idea in your area and try to come up with a low cost solutions, and you be a owner of that company along with your faculty position here. You can have a cell here. If you go to IIT, I think you may be knowing about research park. Why not you can set up the research park here? Which is, ma'am, full form? Very nice. So what's happening there? Yes, so now we should have a clear agenda in the pre-incubation center. And any MBA here? Yes, sir is there. Catch, sir. Sir should run the... Sir only, right? So, sir job is, sir, what you do, you take a lead, tell these people to come up with the idea. Your job is to evaluate market of that idea. Only viable ideas are only will be incubated, not every ideas. Okay, so you have to run that way. You have to tell what is the business potential for that. Okay, and you take 20% cut in that. Tell that management. So I put extra effort to create it apart from my teaching. Okay, and these people can take the 30%, rest 50 go to institutions. So should be the sharing methods the startup should run. Okay, and there are funding agencies in the country who support for the startup. I will list you all the funding modes. Please note down, or I'll share the slides. You can take it. Apply the funding to that startups for your startups. And how many of your PhD guide and guiding students? Yeah, a couple of them here, right? So make sure that all your PG, PhD programs are done in Center of Excellence, for which idea is or the title is evolved in the first year itself. Suppose a PhD student wants to do the PhD, you should not spend more than 3 years. How it is possible? If idea is known what he is going to work, if facility is available, it's purely dependent on his hard work to finish his PhD. So it is possible to do in 3 years. People will be very happy to come to you to finish the PhD because everything is available here. Within 3 years, I'm guaranteed. I know what work I'm going to do because the work is already defined. Okay, and facilities are also available in Center of Excellence. And this will create more PhD students for you as an individual growth, for the college also, and for the student also it's benefit because he's able to finish it in 3 to 4 years time. Okay, and any work you do should be converted into IP or the patent so that you can get the technology transfer, royalty, or you yourself incubate in your incubation center. These all generate the money so that your institution will be happy because your education is converted into the money. Out of it, half fraction should go to the faculty, half good should go to the institutions, so that both will be benefited. Because if I ask you to, ma'am is sleeping, no problem. Suppose if I ask you to stay after 6 o'clock and I pay the same money, how do you feel? You didn't get my question, I guess. You're able to get my question? Okay. Sorry to wake you up, by the way. The question is like, if you are in the college and working hours is up to 5 o'clock, right? So if I ask you to work up to 6, 7 o'clock every day, but I pay the same salary, how do you feel is one case. Case 2 is, I'll pay you OT. Which you prefer, will you work after 5 o'clock? OT if I give, so the reward is given. People will be happy to work. Same way, if I do any work other than teaching, reward should be given. See, these are the points you should put forth to your management. Unfortunately, management is not here, but still you can put forth to them so that people will have a conducive and happy environment to work. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so do only industry PhDs if you are not doing it, or if you are guiding any students, make sure that the work is going to the product development. And everyone should know entrepreneurship skill. People who are guiding, people who are going to take it up the PhD. Unless your research is not converted into money, there is no point of investing your time and effort in just acquiring the doctorate degree. Okay, this is my personal view. For that, you should now have an entrepreneurship skill. Probably that MBA department head can run the entrepreneurship skill course for all the PhD students. There's a concept called, he may be knowing about science and business marketing, how to, convert your science into business. Everyone should know who are into research. And I think next point I told you, and you should have a pattern analytics system. Should not be anything and everything should be pattern. There should be a pattern analyst who should analyze your pattern. If it is really worth, you patent it. Otherwise, don't waste your money, time. Nothing will come out of it. Next slide. Right. So I think the innovation center I told you, since you are being the arts college, your management has any connection with any engineering college, sir? Otherwise, you try to connect with some engineering college. Jointly you work, you can get a lot of projects sanctioned. Because engineers does not know about science and vice versa. And you are expert in science. How you can complement each other and pitch the proposals, you see. That's what most of the research calls these days they are asking. And have one industry advisory board so that industry relevant curriculum can be added. And do you have Center for Teaching Excellence? Okay. What is the biggest challenge in your class? There is a 45 minutes class. Students are coming for attendance these days. And do they listen to your class? Why? Is it because you poorly teaching or something else? Something else, right? What is that reason, madam? Boring. Huh. Okay. Don't you think they have a better medium to learn rather than from the teachers? For example, NPTEL or YouTube videos, shorts, or other things. So there is a low attention span. There are problems in their side acknowledged. But have you ever thought about it? What is the problem in our side? Because we are not adapted to the present day's needs. Okay. So if you look at MIT, Stanford, kind of a good colleges, universities, they set up this center of excellence. They started encouraging themselves how I can become a good teacher. So the outcome is don't teach in the class. Let them learn and come, have a discussion in the class. I know no one will learn and come. That is no problem. But make sure that you discuss in the class, that will spark in their brain. Okay, something is there, I'll go back and read at least. Okay. Don't like chalk, you take it and write it like our traditional teachers. That will work out for our generation. This generation needs a different flavor. So we have to adapt to that. So that's what is the center of teaching excellence. How I can understand the different pedagogy tools, digital tools, so that I can empower the teaching in a better manner. Okay. And have a professor of practice in your college from the industry, so that you have a diverse group of faculty in your college. Otherwise, the one who has done UG, PG, PhD only will be there. You don't have a different people. Okay. And one good idea I would suggest to all of the faculty is to check other universities in abroad or different states. Ask for the virtual exchange of the students. Idea is your students project will be guided by them jointly with you, or their students' projects will be guided by jointly with you. So that the end result will be the outcome can be published. You'll get a virtual network, you'll get more papers, research credentials improves, and your institution visibility also increase because you have a virtual exchange. Physical exchange only is the painful because you have to bear the travel expenses, stay expenses, and etc. Virtual is easy to do that. Next slide. Yeah, these 5 elements are needed to stabilize your institution in future. I'm sure you'll have research lab. Try to have few center of excellence where all the faculties can come together. Then incubation center, startup, MSMEs. And this place is very good for MSMEs because this rural area, especially the agricultural bread, many MSMEs can be brought in. Okay. Right. So we will go to this beginning. Yeah. Go beginning. I'll just 10-15 minutes I'll take until what are the schemes are in the country, which is also needed for you. Ask your questions. Next slide. Next. Next. Go ahead, next. Next. Yeah. So if I put in one slide, what are the funding modes in the country? This is the one. Government support individual or independent research, maybe basic or applied research. And these are the funding schemes I'll tell one by one. Okay. Then there is a new element has come in the funding body. It's called Mission for High Impact Area Research, MAHA. Then research where how science and non-science, or how engineers or non-engineers can join together and pitch a proposal. It's called transdisciplinary research. And what are the funding modes for the startup? How to get the funding to create the research infrastructure in the college. Lastly, how to get the funding from the government to go to abroad and present the papers, or have a short stint in any abroad college, and how to get the grant to organize a seminar or conferences. Okay, so we will see one by one. Next slide. Next. Next slide. Start. Yeah. So Anusandhan National Research Foundation, please see in the internet, you will know about the funding body. This first one is Prime Minister Early Career Researcher. So if you are 42 years old, in this institution you have joined last 2 years before, you have done the PhD, you're eligible for this scheme. Maximum funding amount 60 lakh rupees. Any research area you can pitch in. 1,400 grants per year is awarded under this scheme. Okay. And if you are from OBC, 3 years relaxation. If you are from SC/ST, 5 years age relaxation. Okay, that's about the early career researcher. Second is mission for high impact area. Please see the, our budget. There are a lot of missions they announce. One of the missions they announced is EV mission, electric vehicle mission. Don't consider this is meant for electrical engineers. Actually, physics is there in this. Chemistry is there. Battery. EV infrastructures. Physics. Okay. So all this, see, science is the mother for engineering. And engineering is the niche segment in the science. So you are as bigger than the engineers, all the science people. So you have say in every department. So how you are going to collaborate with the different department matters. So in EV mobility, they are asking 3 domains you are expected to write a proposal. One is EV batteries and battery technology. Second is power electronics, machines, drives. Third is EV charging infrastructure. The good point about this Maha scheme, multiple institutions can join and write. Multiple investigators can be there. And funding amounts also varies from few crores to 25 crores. Suppose if you want to organize any seminar in your college, or seminar, workshop, conference, SSY is the scheme. Throughout the year, call is open, you can apply any point of time. Suppose anyone is doing research PhD or done the PhD and you have good paper, want to publish in abroad conference, ITS, International Travel Scheme. Okay, this you can apply in ANRF. Next slide. Yeah, faculty who has attained the age of more than 55 has done good amount of research. Government has brought us new scheme called Prime Minister Fellowship, Professorship. You can go to the state university and teach, for which you will be awarded 30 lakhs per annum as a package with 24 lakhs research grants. This is mainly meant for the people who have attained the age above 55. And any science graduates or statistical related people who wants the funding to support your research, not for the research proposal, Advanced Research Grant Matrix. There is a program, okay, where you can apply 5 lakhs rupees per annum for 5 years duration. They pay you 25 lakhs rupees you will get for 5 years to support your travel and contingency for your research, not for the research proposals. Only 2-page research proposal if you write, it's more than sufficient. Okay. Advanced Research Grant or Convergence Research Center of Excellence. There are 2 calls. Both are just, opposite to each other. In ARG, PA should be science or engineers. Co-PA can be commerce, MBA, or anyone non-science background, management. In Convergence Research Center of Excellence, vice versa. PA should be from non-science, co-PA from science. They should jointly write in a proposal in the theme what they have given. Here also, multiple institutions needed, multiple investigators, minimum 3 investigators are needed. And funding amounts varies from 1 crore to 5 crore there, here up to 25 crores. And look at the areas. For example, Convergent Research Center of Excellence. Archaeology, traditional knowledge system, digital humanities, climate change, rural development, data science in public policy, emerging technologies for social issues, health, psychology, computational economics. So almost all the areas are abstract. Anyone can contribute in this. Okay. Yeah. And good point is, in these 2 calls, there is no age limit. Next slide. Yeah. So if you are from socially underprivileged community like SC/ST, Inclusivity Research Grant, ANRF, 60 lakh rupees they will give you. Age limit is 56. Any area you can write a research proposal. Only requirement is you should be from the SC/ST community. PAR is not applicable for you. Next is One Nation, One Subscription. I wish your institution to have a tie-up with any government institution. Government has brought a model called One Nation, One Subscription. All of you face the problem of downloading the journal papers because of the subscription issues. Now government is subscribing all the journals as under one unit called One Nation, One Subscription. As a private-public partnership, your institution can get the access to that, so that you don't need to go for any Russian hacking websites like Library Genesis or so on. Okay? And PM Vidya Lakshmi for your students who wanted to have an educational loan, who are financially underprivileged. Now, by sitting in the home through internet, they can apply. Through Prime Minister Vidya Lakshmi scheme, they can get their loan up to 10 lakh rupees with 3% interest. Next slide. Next slide. So these are some of the schemes comes under the MAHA, Mission for High Impact Area. Now funding body is very clear what area you are supposed to write a research proposals. The first scheme is AA for Science and Engineering. So you have AA department, you have IoT department, and you have physics, chemistry. I want you to read the trust area. You can find the life sciences, you can find the physics, you can find the chemistry, everyone. For example, anyone who are into materials, they are expecting you to write proposals where AAML components for material discovery. Anyone from life sciences like biology or botany or zoology, biomanufacturing. Chemistry, physics, microscopy, spectroscopy are analyzing the medical images. Astrophysics, the name itself suggests high energy physics, digital twin technology for any kind of a simulation activities. If you are from core computer science background, neural operator, physics informed machine learning. If you are from biology oriented, molecular or biological foundation model. This area, they want a proposal to be written where the AA component should be there. Maximum funding amount they will give up to 30 crore rupees. Next slide. Yeah. Medical technology mission mainly for the life sciences people. And they have joined with Gates Foundation and ANRF, Indian Council of Medical Research. They floated this research proposal, 25 crore rupees they are funding. Again, if you look at the areas, they want you to create the low cost technologies. It may be, medical equipment, it may be robotics, it may be any minimal surgery technologies or any implants what you put inside your body, or how to use AAML to analyze the medical data. Okay. Next slide. 2D Material Research, Fabrication and Innovation Hub. Next proposal call from ANRF. Anyone working on graphene, transition metal diode, hexagonal boron nitride, arsenic, black phosphorus, metal oxides. If you are able to develop these materials in a 2D, which can go for the application like semiconductor, insulators, and flexible electronics, energy storage systems are more welcome. This is the third proposal call announced by them. Next slide. EV mission, we talked about it. Next slide. Yeah. If you want to set up a center of excellence in your college, science, technology, innovation, indicator, and analytics, they fund you 25 crore rupees to set up the institutions. Center of excellence in your college. Okay. Only expectation from you is center of excellence should generate patterns, prototypes, data sets, policy inputs. That's all it's expected. Next slide. Yeah. Recently, Ministry of Mines in association with ANRF, they come up with a call called critical raw material. So they want you to write a proposal on developing the rare earths, battery materials, magnets, how to recycle the high value materials from wastes, how to use a AAML for material discovery, corrosion kind of a degradations or process optimization. So 25 crores they are funding for this critical raw materials. Next slide. Yeah, suppose you have a beautiful idea, you want to start the startup. MeitY, Ministry of Electronics IT, they have 3 programs. Niti Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission. DST has Technology Development Fund, Board. These all fund about 10 lakhs to 1 crore rupees for your startup ideas. Next slide. If your research is related to the biology or life sciences or healthcare, Department of Biotechnology, Biotechnology Industry Research Associateship Council, they do fund under the 7 means for your startups. Values varies from 10 lakhs to 1 crore rupees. Next slide. Yeah. DST and Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. So I request your dean to get one approval from DSIR. You can note down, you can get one approval. So you are eligible for the funding. They have about 7 schemes under which they fund for your startups. And Tamil Nadu, you have a TANSEED. There is a program in Tamil Nadu state government, TANSEED. They fund you 20 lakh rupees for your startups. Okay. Next slide. Next. And one more scheme called State University Research Excellence. The idea is very simple. You apply to central government under Tamil Nadu quota, you will get the funding. Okay. Maximum funding amount is 30 lakh rupees. Next slide. And one more scheme called TAR, Teacher Associateships for Research Excellence. Here, mentor-mentee concept. LIT institution will act as a mentor, you will be mentee, jointly write a proposal, half the amount will go to you, half the amount will go to them. Advantage for you is a peer group. That faculty's guidance and mentorship and the international exposure. Advantage for him is whatever intellectual you develop, he will be author to that, half of the amount of the funding will go to him, that advantage. So this you can apply. Yeah, next. Yeah. So DST has scheme for young scientists and technologists. This is the only scheme which allows MSc graduate also to apply. So all the schemes needs PhD as a minimum qualification. And AICT has research promotion scheme. They fund you 25 lakh rupees for your research projects. Here also you can write the proposals. Next. Suppose you are not from the science or engineering background, but you wanted to do the research. There is a funding body called Indian Council for Social Science and Research. They fund you research projects 10 lakhs to 30 lakh rupees. To do PhD or postdoc, they fund you. To go to abroad and come back for a short visit, they fund you. To organize a seminar or a conference in your college, they fund you. To publish your paper in some journals, also publication grants they will give you. 5 ways they will support you. Indian Council for Social Science and Research. Next slide. Yes, there are some schemes where men are not at all eligible. Only for the female empowerment. One by one we will see. Next slide. Promoting opportunities for women in exploratory research. So here, institutions are categorized into 2, category 1 and 2. You come in the category 2. Category 1, people cannot compete in category 2. So men competition is not there, advanced or a top institution competition is not there. So it's a low hanging fruit, easy for these females to easily secure the grant. So you please try this Power scheme. Power also gives you funding as a fellowship for every month research. 15,000 rupees per month for 3 years durations to continue your research. Next slide. Similarly, DST has Women in Science and Engineering WISE scheme. They also fund you in the Vidusi and Scope scheme. Good point, what you have to note, the age limit. Up to 62 you can apply, means till your retirement you can apply. There is no age limit for women in any research grants, especially the women related research grants. Next. Yeah, I wish all these female faculty to apply for IPR training, 1 year, free course. You can get it done, this IPR training. Even if you have a MSc degree or a master degree is sufficient. And wings. Suppose as a woman faculty you want to go to abroad and publish your paper, you want a grant for it, registration fees for it, under the wings scheme you can apply. Like both the gender, this is exclusively for the women. Curie scheme for the women university or women PG college. I think your college is a co-ed college, may not be eligible. Next slide. Yeah. Suppose a female who has a PhD wants to do postdoc but has a career break. IIT Madras has recently started women with career break postdoctoral position. 1 year at IIT Madras, minimum requirement is you should have a 2-year career break. That's all. And one more important program I wish all of you to apply, especially the female faculties. UK and DST has jointly launched 1-week leadership program exclusively for the women faculty to take it up the leadership roles like a dean, principal and all. They train you at various IITs for 1 week. Only private colleges faculties of Tier 2, Tier 3 are selected for this program. Even through My Connect last year, 5 people have attended. They have given very good feedback. And Tamil Nadu has Young Scientist Fellowship. If you're doing MSc or PhD, you want to go to other state and work for a few months, they fund you. And Tamil Nadu state commissions, they fund you for your research, health, nutrition, education, social welfare, economics and agriculture. If you have a kid at your home, Tamil Nadu young student scientist, that is meant for 9th standard students. Okay. Next slide. I'll skip it for a couple of slides because it's a DRDO and ISRO where science contributions are little minimal. Okay. So to put it very simply, DRDO has 4 research board, one board for startup, one board for conference and seminar. ISRO, you have Respond Basket. I wish you to type in Google Respond Basket. It will give you the project pitched by the ISRO. You are expected to write a solution to the problem statements. If your idea solution is good, and they will fund you. ISRO, that is called Respond Basket. DRDO, these are the boards. And I wish sir to take all the faculties to IIT Madras. DRDO setup, DRDO Industry Academia Center of Excellence. Unless you don't give exposure to this faculty, you cannot get the research proposal done. So please take them one day. I have a director contact I'll give you. Talk to them, arrange one day visit to faculties to expose them about the IIT Madras DRDO Industry Center of Excellence. Similarly, take all the faculty to IGCAR Kalpakam. They also give one day visit, expose the faculties to know what's happening in IGCAR. Okay. This will give them the idea, networking, idea what area they can write the research proposals. Okay. Shall we go to the proposal writing that slides? Keep going, I will stop you. Keep going. I'll take another 5 minutes before close it. Next, keep going. This all we seen. Okay. Yeah, hold before. So some faculty who has done the PhD wants to do the postdoc, either in India or abroad. These are the attractive fellowships. INSPIRE is the very good one. They pay you 1.2 lakhs per month, not annum. And if you want to do it in other than academic institution postdoc, Nehru Science postdoc, you can do Sikri Karaikudi kind of a CSCR labs. All the institutes, IIT, NIT, IISCR, ICMR, they give you institute postdoc. Postdoc typically pays 65 to 70,000 rupees per month. Whereas INSPIRE pays you 1.2 lakhs per month. Next slide. Doctoral, if you want to do it in India, then I would suggest you Prime Minister Fellowship, they pay you 1 lakh per month as a stipend. If you want to do it in abroad, either Serbo Overseas or US India Entrepreneurship Fund. Both allows you to go to abroad and do the PhD through Indian fellowships. Okay, these are the fellowships available in the PhDs. Next slide. Yeah, you have BSc students or BCom students and kind of a UG. There are internships. MEITI, if you are from electronics or IT, MEITI Digital India, AICT Medcast Canada. Canada fellowships allow your students to go to Canada and do the 3 months internship. MEITI is in India. And if you have a good student who has written the proposals, wants to submit their papers in some conference, IACT, INAE travel grant. They pay you 1 lakh rupees for the travel to present the paper in abroad by students. And please take a couple of students, 10 students within faculty, apply to AICT for study tour. They pay you 2 lakh rupees for 3 days tour, student tour. And please make sure all your students are applying to internships at IIT, AIC, NIT, CSCR Lab, ISRO, DRDO, because these bodies from last year onwards are mandated to give the internship for students. Okay, please give them the exposure. Biggest problem what I see in our country, especially in Tamil Nadu, we don't have awareness. Our representation in central government job is less than 5%. And if you look at it, 80 to 90% students are from either UP or Bihar. You know why? No. Very poor there. Very poor in Bihar, UP. Highly underdeveloped states, if you see Bihar. Highly developed state is Tamil Nadu. But representation of Tamilians in central government job is much, much lesser than UP and Bihar. Ma'am? Central government job, good pay, good dowry, everything will be getting, no? So I'm sure people like to take it up government job these days at least. Actually, there is no problem of the intellectual between south or north. Only problem is they are very, very poor. They want to come up in their life. They want a better lifestyle. That's why, if you look at all the IAS officers, take 80% are from Bihar. because they don't have one is development there and high poverty. So it doesn't mean that we should be in poverty. The idea is our students are not given the hardship what our parents have faced. We are pampering them and we are not showing them what are the avenues available for them. That's a problem. You don't see the representation there. This is what I observed in last 10 years in my job in central government. So it's our collective responsibility as a teacher, as a social means, to tell our students these are the avenues that are available for you. Okay, next slide. Right. So PhD who are doing in part-time mode, Maithi Vishwesharya will give you one-time payment of 2.5 lakhs to support your research. And AICT QIP pre-PG certificate, I think you may not be eligible science people. And there is one more program called IIT Jammu Leadership Program for both the genders. If you want to know about the leadership, Ministry of Education organized 1 week program at IIT Jammu. Free program, fully sponsored. Both the genders can apply. And if you are doing PhD, IIT Delhi has summer faculty fellowship. Next slide. SERB has Karyashala, Ritika and INSA visiting scientist program. These 3 programs allows PhD pursuing faculty to go to IIT and NIT, stay for a couple of weeks and have the hands-on experience with or without stipend. Suppose you are a faculty having the age above 55, there is only one proposal called INAE SERB Abdul Kalam National Fellowships. They pay you about 15 lakhs per annum for 3 years to support your research. Okay, next slide. Yeah, I think most of you will have kid at your home. What actually happens these days, either you will put them in school with the integrated coaching center, or we'll put it to this, these regions, right? Namakkal and this region, where they are put into one room, prepare for competitive exams. So it's like how we grow our chicken at that locations. Same way we push our kids for the education or the stable future, grill them. But at the end of the day, if you look at the product, they are not the free thinker. They know what is taught. They don't know why they study engineering or the science, but they are forced to go to some top institution and do our medicines, whatever. But at the end of the day, we are not actually giving the real education to them. Why don't we think in a reverse way? Let me give the exposure. Let them choose what they want. There are avenues available, few avenues. ISRO has Young Scientist Program, 2 weeks residential program. CSER Labs has Vingyat Jyoti, mainly men for girls. Both programs, you can take your kids, 2 weeks, they can stay there, get exposed in that locations, both science and engineering. Let them taste it, then they let them decide whether they fit for it or not. So that's the way we should give our kids a real education, real exposure. What we give everything, money, coaching, opportunities, but we don't give the exposure, inspirations. These two, if you give, other thing will automatically come. Inspire Manak is the award given to the students for the best projects. Kids who are from 6th to 10th standard, they can apply through online. IISc, IIT Madras, every year, December 2nd week, January and March 1st week, they have open day on Sunday. Please take your kids there. You can see the science progress in our country, science or engineering progress in our country. How India has, started its science or engineering journey. For example, Abdul Kalam, you would have seen he was carrying the rocket on the bicycle. Where are we now? And we are the world leader in one space. So these all the progress of science and engineering can be, well seen in these top institutions. It will give a good awareness to your kids. And if you are going to Bangalore, you have Mysore. If you are going to Chennai, you have Mahabalipuram. So you can have it as an exhibition, both personal and professional way. It's on Sunday. It's easy. It's an open day and free of charge. So all means are there. Please take your kids to this open day. Okay, next slide. Right. These are the organizations who gives funding for organizing seminar workshops. ANRF, AICT, DRDO, ISRO, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Indian Council of Medical Research. Go to their website. You can find out. You can apply the funding for 1 week program, 2 days program, 3 days program, seminar, conference and workshops. Next slide. Yeah. So yesterday they have announced National Award to teachers. The good teachers, they can apply for these awards. Okay. TANSEED, I told you, it's for a startup. If you are dearth of facility, research facility, please go through ISTEM website. It will give you information about which research facility is available in which institution, how much they charge, who is in charge. There's information. Anyone facing the constraints on research facility, they can see. And if you want to know what funding is going to come for next 3 months, there is a website called India Science and Technology where you can surf and get the information about upcoming research proposal calls. Next slide. Next slide. Next. Yeah, so presently I work on machine learning. I support faculties in this field, and my core domain is materials and manufacturing process. And I have expertise in setting up Center of Excellence, Incubation Center, and testing labs and mentoring startup. So any help is needed, you can talk to me. Similarly, I advise faculties in the area of how to draft the research proposal. And I also serve as about 50 colleges as a research council member and BOS member. Any help is needed, you can always talk to me from any department. I'm happy to help you. Next slide. Yeah, before I thank you, I ran a broadcast group last 5 years to disseminate and democratize research across South India because I could not travel North India. My main intent is to create the awareness in faculties. What research avenues are there? What internship opportunities are available for students? How to write proposals? What are the upcoming research proposal calls? What are the academic related or student related informations? I share through WhatsApp broadcast and status. Anyone would like to join? Please send their name, department, and the research area. Okay, I'll save their number. You can get those, updates everyday basis. I'm just doing to create the awareness among the faculties because I believe you are creating the next generation. So definitely you should be much more empowered than anyone else in the country. So with that task, I'm just doing as my hobby and as a social concern. I've been doing it. Anyone would like to join, you can just message me. And you can take down my email ID and phone number. Any help is needed on PhD research, collaborative publications, or funding proposals. Welcome. I'm happy to help any faculties as long as they have a drive to do something for their career or the institute career over them in a larger picture nation. With this, I thank you. So we have about 10 minutes. Any questions you can ask? So silence has two meanings. Either I understood everything or I didn't understand anything. Yeah.
Being an arts and science faculty, especially science stream, what are the available opportunities from DRDO?
Okay,
sir, let me finish. Sir.
Yeah.
I heard from one of my friend. They told me there is outsourcing projects which will be sanctioned by DRDO, something like that. So can you explain that way?
Finish, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So DRDO, one is the research boards, what I told you. Naval Research Board, Aeronautical Research Board, Armament Research Board, Life Sciences Research Board. In life sciences, biology, anyone who can support military soldiers, they can apply the research funding. Navy, any product which are related to the underwater robots, ships, submarines, aircraft, helicopter, UAVs for the aeronautical, army tank, bombs, missiles in armaments. Okay, so any research which leads to the product support can be written to the research board directly. Second is the question what you asked, the local lab sanctioning projects. Note down, it's called CARS, CARS, Contract for Acquisition of Research Services. Okay, so you have to write a proposal of 10 pages and submit to them. Locally, they can take a decision. Maximum funding amount is 10 lakh rupees, for which you need to submit to the lab directly. not to the research boards. These are the two avenues available for you in DRDO. Yes. It's open throughout the year. But the thing is that every 6 months only they will answer your questions whenever the board meeting happens. Yes, sir.
Sir, I am Balu. I'm from MBA department. Actually, it's an old story. I know it's not directly related with your core, but based on your tips and tricks, I hope it might be a little bit easy for me.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 years back, we did a project called Collaborative Project, which is combine of around 5 department final year PG students. Actually, we combined them everything and we did some collaborative project under 4 different streams. We tied up with Infosys. Actually, we get good support from Infosys, but unfortunately, due to some
reasons,
lack of supports, we can't accomplish the particular project. So it's a software project directly correlated with the industry needs. So we try to overcome their actual practical problems through the softwares. It's everything. It goes fine. But where we stuck is we don't know how to establish it in the next step because it's in student level. We want to make it as an industry level, and we need some space to try it, so some ground to play it. So then we need some amount of funding because the final year students, they have around only 4 months to complete that particular project. Even though we say it's 6 months, they have only 4 months to complete it. So actually, I'm completely become clueless how to move it to the next step.
Okay, I will think in this direction. Do you have a placements in your college, sir?
Yes.
Software companies, they visit here, right?
Yes, sir.
So you know about their HR. Sit down, sir. We'll have a discussion. So my suggestion is, let's say this year some companies are coming, or last year the companies who came, please talk to them with your top 3 ideas, which is deployable in the industry. Okay. Say that before the recruitment they come, sir, I have a couple of students, I'm planning to execute this. Will it be useful to your industry is the one. Second is every company has corporate social responsibility. I think you may be knowing. They have CSR fund. Sir, can you provide a little amount to support this thing? But the end product, as you desire, I will give you. To tell them the end product, first you give them the 3 available choices which you can make based on the facilities available to you. Put forth to them, ask them to improvise. Because our idea may be academic oriented. But the industry deployable, when they see, they will tell, sir, these changes could be done, and this way, if it is there, it will be useful to the industry. Next question is, sir, can you fund a seed amount, CSR fund of few lakhs to implement it? Once the product comes, I will share the IP with you. See, it's like this, I pay money, but what I will get, I will see. You say that it is a joint IP. Then you will be very open to do that, because anyway he has to spend that CSR fund. And in return, he is getting some benefit. Definitely, he will be open for it. For that, your team has to do the groundwork to come up with some clear, clean idea of some 3 major ideas which can be implementable in your ecosystem. Then you go to the next level. This can be done, sir.
Thank you, sir. I have one more question.
Yeah,
actually,
please go
in your slide previously, you mentioned we can use ChatGPT or Claude, anything for our research proposal and for brainstorming our ideas. Do you think is it safe? And
Yes.
because I'm able to notice, so the model was trained by our informations, our thoughts. It might be used by someone else with the same amount of answers or anything like that. Do you think is it safe?
Okay, safe, if you ask me, it's safe because it plays with all data what you give. How many of you heard about Hermes here? Hermes agent? I mean, I'm going to the next step of the ChatGPT. We are stuck with the ChatGPT, now we have moved to the next level. Anyone?
I mean, AI agents or?
AI agent. Okay. You heard about it, right? So what it does is I can automate my agent. I'll throw my 10 journal publications. I'll throw my data. Whatever the data, let's say spectroscopy data I have taken, I put it inside. And the papers what I referred related to that research, I put 10. What it does is, these 10 papers it will study. Your data it will study. It will give you insight. Now you've seen the data, you have some insights of 4 or 5. It will throw you some 6 or 7, which are not thinkable by you, which you missed it will give you. Okay, one is it will strengthen your knowledge. Second is it will give you something, it may be hallucinated or it may be a validated one. Unless you have a domain knowledge, you cannot say it is right or wrong. So first and foremost thing, before using ChatGPT to any agents, we should be having the skill on the area what I try to acquire the knowledge or try to get the information. The basic knowledge is very, very important. Then use this to augment my thinking capacity. Okay. Now, same agent or same ChatGPT, I can put the data and I can tell this is what I have done. And this is the insights I got. Did I miss anything? It will give you. What else I can do? It can help you. So, what you should not do, I put the data, it will plot it and it will give you the insights, I copy paste it, we should not do it. It is nothing but I take my brain and give it to him. Then I will make my brain inactive forever. What you are to do, I'll give a data, I'll give a paper what I referred, what learning I got it from based on my knowledge, what these are the things, everything you dump it, ask him to augment it, it will augment. That augmented information you have to validate it once again. Because it may give right or wrong answer because it's all based on your data. So at the end of the day, how it's going to help you is what you have not seen, what you have missed, it's going to give you in a shortest possible time. Okay. And you can also ask him what else I can do. Okay. So that's the method or the way we should use it. Okay. And I wish everyone to use the agent. How many of you buy vegetables from online? Oh, here you don't have that habits, right?
We don't have service here.
Oh, we have that everything through online. So what I do, I put on virtual container, Hermes agent, 5 apps I will connect, Big Basket, XYZ, tell him carrot today what is the price which is low, get me, within seconds it will give me, then I'll ask him to place the order. Okay, that's the level things are running. Okay. How many of you buy from Amazon, Flipkart? Almost all of you, right? Now you do that, what I said. You go install Hermes agent in a different OS. Any product you buy your Jimmy to anything, tell him this is the Jimmy, this is the specification, which are the websites in the internet it is available, what is the price, which is the lowest price, which is the, how is the customer review, till everything it will give you. That's where we have to use these agents, not what Sir was asking. Okay, Hermes, HERMES. Many agents are there, this is free, because we Indians, we always seek free, right? So that's the way we can use it, ChatGPT or any agents. Anything else? Okay, any help in advanced technologies, technology area, funding proposals? You catch me up, I'll be happy to help all of you. Okay. Because I know that the kind of exposures available in the academic institution, especially Tier 2, is very minimal. It's our collective responsibility to give each other. Thank you all. I hope and more questions, right? Any questions? Okay. You can talk to me anytime. I'm happy to help you. Thank you all. Sorry I could not focus that side because vision, delay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. The ideas and reflections you have shared today will undoubtedly encourage us to pursue excellence in the academic and professional endeavors. Your presence has been a source of inspiration and has greatly enhanced the significance of the program. We are profoundly grateful that you accept our invitation and devoted your valuable time to guide and interact with us. Thank you, sir. Gratitude turn a program into a memorable occasion. To propose the vote of thanks, I now call upon Dr. A. Balasankar, sir, Department of Physics, to propose vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. D. Ram Prabhu, Joint Director, Scientist, DRDO, Bangalore. Respected President, Mr. J. Balamurugan, sir. Respected Secretary, Mr. M. Dharnidharan, sir. Respected Principal, Dr. D. Venugopal, sir. Respected Vice Principal, Dr. Sudhakar, sir. Dr. Saktivel, sir. Distinguished faculty members, research scholars, organizing committee members, technical staffs, Good evening to all. It is my proud pleasure, proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks of this faculty development program on the research funding and proposal writing. Organized by the Research and Development Cell in association with Institution Innovation Council IASC of our college. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to esteemed our chief guest, scientist Dr. D. Ram Prabhu sir, who is the Joint Director in DRDO, Bangalore. Sir, you have delivered a wonderful lecture, enlightening several points and highly informative, and all the informations are very potential to improve our faculty's skills. From your lecture, I would like to enlightening or highlighting few points. Number one, how to prepare the proposals. Before proposal, you have mentioned that the importance of the national improvement and also society contributions. And also you have mentioned that the low budget is more beneficial to get the projects. And creation of center of excellence, creation of incubation centers. And also you mentioned that we should refer the previous year results. Once we applied it, the proposals, and that proposals are rejected, and we go to the next step. That is not the right idea. You mentioned that we have to refer the previous year's results, and where find the what are the budget, who received it, and what are the network they have assigned it. And that was inspired and great idea to all of us. On behalf of our faculty members, I am sure that definitely our faculty members will get the research projects, excellent research projects in near future. I sincerely thank to our management and principal for their continuous support, and they are putting that effort towards the development of our faculty members' skills. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Research and Development Cell Institution Innovation Council coordinators for their excellent planning and executions of these grand success programs. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all of the participants, especially faculty members, organizing committee members, and technical staffs. Once again, thank you, one and all.